Yeah, setup, setting up the file and whatnot, adding comments for clarity, mostly for me editing later, and adding the text, sorry, not the text, the EX function to organize the outputs. I changed it a lot today, I think. I don't know, I'm voicing over 2 days later with no notes during production. So I'm just watching the video and describing what I think I was doing. Not too similar to what you guys are doing watching, but what I mean, today, that day was about lists though, using open and close brackets to store a list of objects or like a collection of objects, aka strings, integers, floats, and other lists. For question one, you can make a list two ways. I think I used the open and close brackets, but you can also use the list function. Question two is about making a list with more than 5 items, and I thought I could cheese it by using the range with an integer argument. Range returns an iterable item though, not a list. But I actually could have fixed this by using the list function and putting the range inside of the list as an argument. But I gave up and just used premade list. I didn't read the walkthrough that day, sorry. Question 3 is finding the length, which is easy using the length function. Question 4 is about getting the first, middle, and last item. I was a bit confused because in the middle item is a little complicated with lists and have an even more complicated with lists that have an even number of items. Trying to fit all the text into the visible area, I shortened it by assigning it to a variable and then getting the index of the variable instead of having the monstrosity inside of the index. It was also easier to use -1 instead of length of the list -1, which I learned right there, like not too long ago. This takes me a while. I have to learn it the hard way, I think. I learned that I have to do it the hard way, I think. Tell me if there's an easier way to get the middle function, or the middle item of a list, please. Question 5 is about letting mixed lists, which is that you can have lists that contain strings, integers, floats, and more items of the list, multiple classes in one list. I changed the EX function a bit just for peace of mind. Question 6 asks me to declare a list of strings, so I comply. Question 7 makes me print it, even though I already printed it in question 6, so I undid the print. Question 8 asks for the length, so I used the length function. Question 9 asked me to print the first, middle, and last, so I used the same method as before, getting the length -1 divided by 2, setting it to an integer, so that way it rounds down. Yada yada yada. Question 10, God, could the video hurry up? Question 10 prints the list after modifying one value, so I modified 2. Not just like index 2, like 2 values. I don't know what I was thinking. I was probably bored. Question 11 asks to add an item to the list, which is easy. You can just use append, but I actually don't know any IT companies, so I had to look some up. Question 13 now? Question 12, sorry, asks to use the insert function to add a new value in the list at a specific index, which, I mean, isn't bad. I got no problem. Or, sorry, insert. Wait, I did say insert. Question 13 asks to change the company name to capital, like using the upper function of a string. Not too difficult. Question 14 asks to join the list with a string. I got confused for a second because I didn't realize what they wanted. I forgot that string is just a list of characters. It was a lot easier than I thought it would be. Just put the list plus the string that they wanted. I'm going to move ahead a little bit here. Question 15 asks me to check if a company is in the company list. I used if statements here because I wanted to be fancy, but I really didn't have to. It's just a bunch of assigning values and printing them, not a lot of like making functions. So you gotta take the chance where you can. Question 16 makes me use the sort method. Question 17 makes me reverse the list. Question 18 makes me slice out 3. Oh wait, we're still on 17. My fault. Question 18 makes me slice out the first 3 companies. I struggled here because I didn't know what slicing meant. Now I know that it means using square brackets, but I'm a little slow. Question 19 is very similar though. Instead of slicing the first 3 items, it slices the last 3, which I struggled to do there. -1 is not the last item in the index. I didn't know you could just delete the second argument and it would work. So I just assigned a second one just to delete the last item just in case. Question 20 is more slicing, annoying but fine. Um, why did it take me so long to do it though? Am I really that dumb? Yeah, I think I am. Holy. Question 21 and 22 asked me to remove companies instead of slicing them, which is unconventional for me. I had to go back and revise question 20 because it was so confusing to me, but I get it eventually. I do something similar for 22, but I hated it. I didn't change it though. It's just lists. I'm very familiar with lists in Java, but lists in Python are very vastly different. Like lists in Java are like not built in, kinda. It's strange. Don't even worry about it. 22. There goes the if else statement, just so that way I can print it properly. Question 23 was had me remove the last item. Easy as obtaining dirt in most Minecraft seeds, like no problem, absolutely. Speedruns are super fast. Question 24 has me remove all the items. Easy, but I probably could have done it easy. No, I definitely could have done it easier, and I will do it easier. Here's where I learned you can delete the second argument, maybe, during question 25. Yep, I completely forgot what question 25 was, but I think it's just delete the list, which I didn't know Python had garbage management. I really didn't know that. You learn something every like couple of days. Question 26, yada yada yada. Asked me to join two lists. I showed her. Asked me to join two lists, and I already showed how, adding the list to the string, because the string is basically a list of characters, but um, I didn't know it wanted me to save it later, which is why I kind of paused on 27. 27 asked me to make the two lists as a new variable and then insert Python and SQL after Redux. I like this question. There's the easy way, find the index of Redux and insert Python and SQL right after Redux. I chose to slice the list into two, have the Python and SQL as lists, and then combine all three lists, accomplishing the goal in a terrible way. I don't actually know which one would be better to do in like a company environment, like with large memory system storage. I don't know. But it did get me used to slicing more. Exercise 2 was absolutely horrid. There were two question ones. Step 1 was complicated. I made the list and sorted them to get the min and max ages. That was easy. Adding them back to the list was not a problem. I just didn't know how they wanted me to add them back. That's for question 1.2. 1.1, we're still sorting the ages, and I'm deciding how I want to print them. But yeah, 1.2, I didn't know how they wanted me to add them, so I just added them to the end of the list. Or actually, no, I did like do it semi properly. Super scuffed though. That's like not scalable, I don't think. 1.3 made me find the median, which I was confused for because I was accidentally reading 1.4 and I accidentally found the average instead of the median. So I just copy pasted the code and like changed the variable name, moved it down. Actually worked on 1.3. I don't know how many times I rewrote 1.3. I'm a terrible programmer for now. I had to check in case there were two items in the middle again, which is always a pain. 1.5 was easy, I think. I had some trouble, but it was relatively simple. I think I'm just dumb. 1.6 was annoying too, though. I had to print text so long, and that's really annoying because I have the arbitrary rules of like variables can't be longer than a certain amount. I it's just I want all the code to fit in a visible area. But if else statement, always annoying, yada yada yada. Very nice. Question one, again, weird, I know. Was simple though. I had to move the list into another file though. It was kind of ugly pasting it right in the middle. It was fine. I got the middle easily using the same idea I used before. Um, Question two was also simple. If the length of the list was odd, I couldn't split the list, but if the length was even, I could and would. Since the list wasn't even, I didn't have to check if my code was correct there, so I hope the code works. I'm not going to check it now, since I would probably rewrite the page. Question three, finally, last question, right? Question three, last question, asked me to unpack the list. I like this one. I really wish Java had this feature. I wish Java had a lot of Python features, but I'm fine with it. I wish Java had some C features too, but like, I'm fine with it. I did what I wanted to, so it's fine. I didn't actually clean up today. Like, there was no cleanup needed. Well, there was definitely cleanup needed, but I didn't do any. So, thank you for watching.